welcome to the second episode of Ascension. With that, thank you for joining us for the proceedings. We were a little bit out, just because of stuff, but now we're back. So, without further ado, you can see that we have a bunch of lovely people on my screen here. So let's get introduced to them first and foremost. Let's see who's on my left here. Start off with you, Syrinx. Who are ya? Who are ya playing and all that good stuff?
The voice was slowly becoming a Mickey Mouse. Just saying.
Oh, Syrinx.
Hi, I'm Syrinx, and today I have the pleasure of once again playing Caedra for you all.
Lovely, lovely. Next is Apollo. Apollo, who are you playing?
Hello, my name is Apollo, and tonight, as in all nights, I will be playing Anki Eleazar.
Lovely, lovely. And last but not least, lovely me. Hi, my name is Chris, and I will be proceeding GM for these evenings here. With that in mind, first and foremost, in case you missed it, the content warnings, I know they go by real fast there, but if you are in the chat, you can type !CW to find all the lovely content warnings for this series, in which I'll read them out for you real quick here. We got fantasy and gun violence, gore, trauma, fire, blood, grief, severe weather, undead/zombies, romance and references to sexual entanglements, monsters and monstrosities, references to imperialism, capitalism, depictions of experimentation, war, and imprisonment. If any of this does not float your boat, there's a plethora of wonderful content out there for you to enjoy. Also, if you want to follow me or any of the lovely cast members we have on and behind the screen, you can type !cast to see where you can find them in the big wide web out there. But with all of that out the way, I think it's time we get to see that lovely, lovely intro and catch up on what exactly happened last time on Ascension. Until then, we'll see you in a hot second, folks. See you after the intro. death. With that in mind, we open up on Caedra. We don't open exactly the day of or after the events of what exactly happened at the fairgrounds, but rather a couple days before, as we find ourselves once again in darkness. Everything around is mute for you, Caedra. You are bruised, beaten, and floating effortlessly in what at first to the audience looks like maybe somewhere underwater, but in reality is more like crude oil and bile that almost has its tendrils wrapped around you, encompassing you, and dragging your body further and further down. Here you are again, at the edge of life, in the clutches and grasp of death's embrace. No honor, no friends, no brothers or sisters to mourn you in exile, in the waste. How does this make you feel in this moment?
The whole no brother, no friends, no anything. That doesn't matter. I don't care about that. I don't care about people not mourning me. I care about going out in such a meaningless way. I care about if this is truly the end. If this is the last moment. What a fucking waste of time. That there's way better ways I could have gone. More meaningful ways. Ways that I could have actually lived for a purpose. And this right here is not one of them. And that fucking sucks. I can't believe it. I can't go down this easy, right? Like, I can't go down at this moment. Like, right here. Not even on a fucking battlefield. Like, right here.
In this moment, some people in this state usually have some sort of grief or some sort of looking back on the good times, but you are just a ball of anger, of dying in such an insignificant way. And as you try to grasp with this anger, soon the bubbles become more violent. And with that, you can feel yourself almost being dragged out of this imaginary state as you splash of like oil, whatever your face was like dumped in here off to the side as you're sort of thrown back, hitting against metal. And at this moment, we get to see a little bit more. You find yourselves in your familiar home that's been here for quite some time, the industrial section of the city, particularly some sort of abandoned building, but you seem to be face to face with a number of henchmen that belong to someone you failed to kill, and they're particularly keen on finding answers. As you're sort of getting up, getting reoriented, as you have like just oil dripping off of various places trying to get your eyes out, you see that one of the individuals who is like coordinating this interrogation begins to just play with the lighter in their hands as it kind of goes on and off and on and off. There's not much you can see of this person, but you know this is Kara. This is kind of the person you try to kill. Well, this is their number 2 in a sense, or maybe one of their henchmen. You don't particularly care. But with that, you see that they come up very slowly, smoking a cigarette and still playing with the lighter in their hand, very much looking like they're just a moments away from throwing it in your direction, and kind of go, Caedra. How was the little dip we put you in? You feeling keen to talking now?
I'm always so chatty.
That's fantastic. Now, I don't want to repeat myself when I ask this question again, so please, you care to elaborate why someone would want to kill my boss?
They had it coming.
You see very funny. And you see one of the nearby gentlemen just smack you across the face. Last time I checked, we're not at the comedy club, so if you'd be so kind and give me a straight fucking answer, that would be swell.
Who says you deserve one?
Says the person who's got a lighter in their hands and is about to set you on fire like a bonfire.
Oh, I could die and you wouldn't have any answers. Both of us lose.
You know, when they caught you, I was so disappointed that this legendary Hellraiser of all things that is supposed to scare the living daylights out of everybody that walks in their path was caught by little lowly us. What's wrong? You getting old in age? I mean, I don't know how old you are, but clearly there must be something wrong with your brain.
What's wrong? Trying to get me out of my cage in the hopes that I just blurt it all out to you. I don't care what a lowlife like you thinks.
Not a lowlife.
Oh, you are. You live down here. And the
Well,
amongst
wasn't
all of
exactly our
them.
choice. And anyway, there's a revolution coming that me and my brothers and sisters are a part of. And you had a chance to join us, but no, you are free-willed and are willing to kill your way to get some semblance of freedom, I guess.
And all the trample people like you. He'll be one of the ants, one of the many ants that are just trampled. And I'm down here with you now, so I guess we'll all get trampled, won't we?
Well, that's the thing, Caedra. As you see, they get up, begin to light the fire now and more consistent, and looks like they're getting ready to throw in your direction. We're all beholden to someone. And with that, they go for the motion to flick the lighter, but as they do, you see this individual and the two alongside immediately dissipate. Almost like something has happened as they immediately turn all into ash, and it's just, and the lighter just goes in the middle.
I don't show the surprise on my face, but there is a definite like, what the fuck? But I've been trained better as to like show that outwardly, so I try to remain stoic.
You stay stoic, getting up slowly to see maybe this is some newfound power bullshit. But as you get up and as you get closer, you see immediately from one of the piles, almost like the undead rising, a hand begins to come out of it. And then another. Until something slowly begins to rise from the ashes.
And I tried to look around for like my stuff or whatever they would have thrown around. So, because the moment I see something crawling out of those ashes, I'm like, I want to have some kind of weapon in my hands. But I start looking around in this unknown room.
Just looking. You see there's just a nearby gun that you just grab. You don't know where your stuff is, but this is something. And as you do, you see the individual begins to rise out. The ash almost acts like sand as it begins to slowly dissipate off until you begin to see familiar features. At first, it is the eyes that you notice first. They're beaming in red. Then it is the skin that is a mixture of cracks and almost obsidian mixed together until you see it slowly forms into one of the exalted. But not just anyone. You see it turns into the fearsome Daros the Unrelenting. As you see, he swigs his hair back. Ah, damn. Oh, I am not particularly keen on coming out of ashes. It's been a while since I've tried that trick.
Empire doesn't even want to let me live down here.
Well, that's no way to start a conversation. Let's try that again. How about, well, hello, good guy.
I
It's
raised
been
a
some
gun
time.
towards him.
Oh, don't be a child. You know a bullet ain't gonna kill me. We'll be wasting ammo. Ain't that precious
No, it'll
down
give
here?
me a second.
Calm down now. I'm not here to kill you. If I was, you would have been maybe a pile of ash alongside me.
Fair, which means you want something more from me. What is it?
Well, first, I would love to have this conversation without a gun waving in my face. It may not hurt me, but regeneration is a son of a bitch. So if you'd be so kind, just
I throw it to the side because I know that a gun ain't gonna do anything here to help me. So literally, I throw it to the side. I'm like, it could have been ashes on the ground by now. A gun won't save me.
Well, thank you. Well, first and foremost, Caedra, how are you doing? You don't look too well, and it looks like I saved your ass once again.
There's like this person asking how am I doing. I'm like, they don't actually care. Why would they care? They have no reason to care. Irrelevant to the situation, I think. You saved me because you need something. Otherwise, you wouldn't be down here after you cast me out.
Oh, come on now. As you see, he kind of begins to swish and go around you, almost like fire in a sense. Just swishing, very smiling in the direction of you. Can I just save an old pupil of mine? Make sure that my investments are secured and tidy. I don't want to see you dead, hence why you're here, not beheaded and put on a spike somewhere.
I thought that in your eyes, my usefulness was gone. Otherwise, I wouldn't be down here.
Oh, that's all for show. That's all for show. Tell me, what do you know of the ongoings of the outside world right now?
I've been put here, so I've walked around a bit and I've seen what's going on with their upcoming celebrations.
Indeed, indeed. They seem to be very keen on celebrating this day, and since you're here and don't know much about topside, let's just say Godhood ain't as secured as we thought it was.
I straighten up a little bit as he says that and just curious as to what he's getting to with that.
Caedra, as you see, he begins to very much put his hands to his face and off into the nearby railings. I'm in need of your services once more.
Why would I give them to you?
Well, I can think of a number of things, gold, titles, but the thing I think you would be most enticed by is the prospect of divinity, godhood, if you will. Let's just say some of our roster have fallen ill to a rather pretentious god killer, and we need to fill those ranks up quickly. And I thought to myself, ain't no one better as a candidate than my first Hellraiser.
I try to tamper down that initial reaction of I was close to it at some point, and that I was cast out by this person who I admired a whole lot, and I maybe still do, but I'm wary. Why, after shunning me out, why would I suddenly get a second chance?
As I said before, I have made quite some sturdy concessions to the Emperor, and a war is brewing, and I need all the stable hands I can get, and you were my most stable of hands before a little incident and you know where. But after talking with the Empire and schmoozing a bit, I think we are willing to offer you full status back, not only into the Hellraiser ranks, but also into divinity. The thing that you were offered, the thing you were on the cusp of securing. We are fully ready to embrace you into our pantheon. To be, and you see he raises up a mirror, something more. And almost like an illusion with the smoke, shows you a vision of what divinity might look upon you. What power you could wield with such a thing. And wouldn't that be nice?
I think during the past few days, being thrown down here and trying to get my way around this new way of existence, there were moments of like small doubt, of moments where I was stuck between all these people who have lived such a different life, whose experience is so different, so unknowing, unaware. And there are moments where I thought that I had outlived my usefulness, that I maybe even doubted if I was worth to still exist. Because this was my whole purpose. My whole purpose was taken away from me for a small fuck up. It was so small. It was just a slip of judgment. One. And I think having to grapple with that the past few days, but then now I'm standing here. And this person who I never thought I would see again, they come and basically reaffirm what I thought, that it was just such a small slip of judgment. And I'm sure I can get it right, and I won't do it again. Because this is too important. This purpose is too important. This is literally what I was made for, and this goal needs to be met. I think some of the pride that I had before when I was in my station comes back to me. And even though I am not dressed in it, I take a little bit more of a broader stance, as though I was wearing armor again. as though I was ready to command people beneath me again. Looking into this mirror, but then looking past the Darrows. I'd say I'm ready to serve.
If you are ready to serve, then kneel for me, please, so I can charge you with your duty.
And there's only a small second to blink, and I kneel.
Places his hand upon your shoulder. O great Caedra, first of the Hellraisers, I charge you with securing this so-called Lantern of the Labyrinth, and bring him topside to the Empire. We will make this so-called Lantern a shepherd for the Empire. Succeed in this endeavor, and you shall be granted your full titles, earnings, and most importantly, a seat at our table. Do you agree to take this charge?
It's my duty. I accept.
See, wonderful. Now, get up. I have to go. I cannot spend too much time here, but there's a number of colleagues of mine I've already hired to assist you in this acquisition. You will need to get to the first section of the city, which will be a little bit difficult, but I have no qualms that you will get there. It's quick to and hurry, but do it quickly. Something is amiss regarding this lantern's birthday, whatever. I can feel the winds of magic changing here, so the quicker you get this person out, the better. I believe in you wholeheartedly.
It'll be done. There's no question about it. For the Empire.
As always, lovely talking with you, Caedra. And you see he goes into a nearby stained glass window and disappears. And as you have this moment, time passes on as you begin to fade to black. The camera panning away from you and beginning to open up on Apollo as it shifts. And the black begins to fade into imagery as you, Anki, wake up finally in dropping pain as you feel somewhat of a sore on your head as you find yourself laying flat on a table.
Immediately shoot up. Oh, no. Go back down.
Dr. Warren kind of comes over. Anki, please sit. You have suffered a somewhat minor concussion to the head. No thanks to my colleague, as he screams from across the room. Caedra, you're not really paying attention as you're doing with your own stuff, but you can hear the sniveling. But it's just you and me, Anki, just you and me.
Dr. Warren, does he try to put his hands on me when I sit up?
Yes, he does. You see, he's got like his medical tools on. He begins to almost go for your heart to check it.
Whole body just jerk in the opposite direction. I think at this point I like gargoyle crouch on the opposite end of the examination table that he had me. I said, "Don't touch me! Don't touch me!"
No, Anki, please don't. I know what this looks like. It is not. It is kidnapping, but not kidnapping in a hostile way, but more in a.
What other way is there to kidnap someone except in a hostile way?
It is.
It's literally not in a hostile way. You knocked me out.
I did not knock you out. That thug knocked you out. That
you are a collective. You said so yourself.
We are working together. I would have never. I told them, make sure no harm comes to you, not to knock your head on the sidewalk.
Oh yeah, I bet. Okay, kidnap. Oh yes, I believe you, kidnapper. Yeah, thank you. Oh, kidnapper. Thank you so much for saying don't knock them out too bad. Oh, okay. Where the fuck am I anyway?
Okay, Anki. Dr. Warren, I did a number of your blood tests throughout the year. You know me, right? You've seen me around.
I'm looking at him like, yeah, but what the fuck was going on? Are you compromised? Are you one of the people from the people in the ships that shot my ships that have guns now? What the fuck is that about?
I couldn't tell you, but that's not. No, I'm not with those dangerous individuals. I am different. I am someone who is looking out for your well-being. So please.
Oh, you're not like other kidnappers. You're nice.
Yes, I am a nice kidnapper.
I'm just gonna get off the bed and I'm just gonna start walking around. And at this point, I'm just pacing in circles, hands on my head, just mumbling to myself.
Stress is a negative modifier and stimulate here. You're going into a negative feedback loop, which will only make this discussion that we need to have that much harder. So if you could please just sit down so we can talk.
I think. Oh, okay, we need to have a difficult conversation. Okay, yeah, sure. I jump on the side of the little table, cross my legs. What is it? I'm dead. This is hell. This is the afterlife. I'm dead. I died. I got kidnapped and I got killed. She hit me so hard over the head that I died immediately. I hit my head on the rocks. My body's probably bleeding out there. Tell me. And I'm hallucinating you because I knew you as somebody who I thought I could trust.
You are hallucinating. In that sense, that we are here to harm you. You're not dead.
No, I'm dead. That's the only explanation.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to man the fuck up for a hot second and listen.
Full in a manic. I think I'm fully in like a I'm not the stages of grief, but I'm just in full shock and I'm concussed. So I don't think any of this is real. So at this point, he says, man the fuck up, and I go, what do you need to tell me?
Okay. Yes, we did kidnap you. We did that. But it was for your betterment. There is something going on that you do not know about that has put your life in danger at this point.
The thing that put my life in danger was getting knocked out. Yeah.
We saved you from a horrible fate. The seer and his staff and everyone around him has for years brainwashed you into thinking that they provided you a home for safety. But rather, it is more like it was a cage for an experiment, and you being that experiment.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is my father and my family, were raised me. My kidnappers. So, the people that kidnapped me first brainwashed me. Yes, my family did raise me. Yes, yes.
Brainwash isn't exactly the word I would use. It's more of they put up certain barriers and indicators so that you would follow a predetermined path that someone has walked down before.
Okay, so now we're just discussing determinism. Now we're just discussing determinism.
In a sense, a long time ago, many experiments and ways were thought of by the seer and the council at large in order to escape the planes. As you know, we are trapped here thanks to magic beyond our understanding, which some would call maybe science that we don't understand yet. But essentially, we're stuck here, and the city itself, while may look great from where you're standing, is actually slowly going into madness. I can calculate from certain numbers that I've done in my own time that this city doesn't have a lot of time left in terms of resources available. It may look very plentiful and wonderful here, but it is only a matter of maybe weeks until, to put it very lightly, we all die.
That's very lightly. Okay, I love that.
But there was one experiment that showed great promise, and this was known as the Wheel Project. Essentially, I don't have all the details worked out because I've been trying to piece it all together, but essentially, you are the key in this project. You are essential due to your unique connection to the planes themselves, which we believe is the key to opening a sort of way out of here. If that makes sense.
Hey man, my body's bleeding out somewhere. This makes as much sense as anything could. My synapses are firing and making up a scenario in my mind for why I died in that tower when the ship that I built fired on me, even though but why it had a gun.
See, he grabs you by your shoulders. Look here, you fucking child. You're alive. This isn't some hallucination. This isn't some panic attack. This is alive. This is real. And what I'm explaining has cost many people lives. Okay? I in no way intended for people to die. I simply thought it would be grabbing you and leaving with you. I didn't expect a full-on assault in the city, okay? So that's on me. But what we did was to protect you. And right now, that thug over there is going to help you get out of the city.
Love that. My Anki's mental state right now, not good. High panic shock. Still feeling the reverberations of a concussion. I think he still thinks this is all a hallucination. So he's not going to make optimal choices. And a character that I've built to be very kind and timid is going to be rude and abrasive in this moment. I'm going to spit in his face as he's grabbed me. And I'm going to say, proof. Give me any proof this isn't a dream. You very detailed hallucination.
Make an intimidation check if you'd be so kind. Do it with an advantage because he's very much of like, I need to get through to this fucking kid.
Oh no, I have a -1 to all of this.
You got advantage. Okay, we don't know. Take your shot. Take your shot, hot shot.
This is what happens when little nerds try to be mean.
That's what you breathe for.
Nat 20.
I have -1. Just for curiosity, what was the other roll? What was that the first one? 10? Okay. You see, he kind of goes, family. You want to know who your real family is? Well, the seer and his staff all know who your real family is. They have known for quite some time, and yet he always lied. He always said that it was in record, so we would have to look, or I'll tell you another time. Have you not found it strange, in the amount of years of life you have lived, that they at some point would have given you just a little information about where you come from, about who you are part of? Your sister or bodyguard, whatever you want to call it, Laura knows. Of course, they have to know. They're your fucking bodyguard. They have to know everything about you to keep you safe. Well, that's one piece of information I bet they never told you over brunch. Everyone around you has lied to you from your conception to now because they did not want to scare you about what your true purpose in this life is.
Okay. Well, do you know? You've been my physician.
In a word, from what I can understand, and again, I'm not exactly the brightest cookie in the jar, but I think they want to make you a sort of anchor, in a sense. They want to make you something that they can place in one point and connect to the outside world. Essentially, it would rid you of all autonomy, all free will. You essentially become a scarecrow in a sense, fully aware of what's happening, and you being in one place for the test of time. They want to make you into some sort of object, I guess. From what I can understand, I could be wrong, but that's what I'm reading from my notes. And you see, he pulls out a bunch of papers from what he has gathered here, which you can see that is like number of scribblings and notes that he's kind of taken off of various things of undercover work, sort of seeking out papers, expedition he's gone on. As you see, he's explored every part of the city, from the most dangerous to the safest, and a bunch of other stuff. I have done the research. I have some inkling of what's going on. I mean, there was more information in the lower section of the city, but it's very dangerous down there. I didn't exactly have time to go fully into the archives. But I know one thing for sure. They know where you come from, and they don't want to tell you because they fear the truth will drive you mad.
I'm gonna look through the papers. Do the papers indicate like a location or a name? I'm trying to find something here that I can point to and say, I will follow you until we get there, and if it's not right, I'm out. It's because I think that, like, yeah, the doctor knows that that's the one nerve that I have, is that I don't know anything about my birth family. So I'm willing to follow that thread, because that's something that a dying brain couldn't make up well enough.
I think there are two
Bless
things.
you.
Bless you. With that, you see that looking through your notes, you did get an at 20, so I'm not going to let you roll again. I think it's high enough that you can get a little bit more. Yippee! You do notice that in the learning section, there is an archive that he went to frequently. It looks like he wasn't particularly done with, which is like the lowest section of the city. But as you sort of make that mental note for yourself, you see he goes, the person that employed us, or the person that kind of funded this operation, knows everything about where you're from. He is a god upon himself. He goes by Daros the Unrelenting. He's on the top side. So really, if you want to find out the answers, you have to escape the labyrinth with Caedra.
Well, I look at Caedra. I say, you knocked me out. Not cool.
I don't think I would be visible. And also not. I don't think I'd
Oh,
just.
yeah.
Instead of you just say it out loud.
Yeah.
Knock me out, not cool, not paying attention.
Yeah, I just look back at the doctor and I say, well, doctor, we've reached a bit of an impasse, it seems. Because those are the only answers that I know I can't make up. And I want those answers. But I will not go anywhere with her until I have those answers.
It's so difficult. I don't.
I'm so difficult. I got knocked out. It is my birthday. It is literally my birthday. What the fuck?
I understand it is your birthday, and I understand the complications that brings. Maybe a deal can be in order. Simply, if you agree to go topside, you would essentially create a portal that can kind of go in and out. You know, if we get you on top, they can find a way back into the labyrinth and all that. If we are able to get you out, we could bring you back, and I can try to find more answers. Again, Daros has most of the answers you could possibly have or need, but we must hurry because we are running out of time.
How much time
I know
it take us to get topside?
We have to get to the train station, which isn't too far. Right now, we are laying low due to the fact that people are looking for you. But essentially, and he's calculating in his head, maybe 10-15 minute walk, faster if we run, but we don't want to run, so it's not too far off the train station, and once you're on the train, it should be smooth sailing from there.
Okay. I'm dying. I'll have fun. A day. I'll give you a day to prove to me that this isn't all bullshit.
Fantastic. A day is all we need. All we need a day. Fantastic. Good. Okay, so with this at this point, I think he calls you into the room, Caedra. So with that, the camera pans onto all of you at once as you guys begin to reconvene at this point. As you sort of coming back into the frame here, he kind of goes, "Okay, you two, we will be able to leave soon. They are looking for the both of you, but you'll be able to hide under the cover of madness that's happening out there. But there is an important thing that you will need in this thing that's happening here.
Did you talk some sense into him?
I talked a little sense into him, a little good sense. Essentially, we can move on to the next phase of the plan, which is getting him on that train. Now, in order to escape the plane themselves, it will require a whole complicated thing, but I made a device that should make it hopefully a little bit easier. And with that, you see he goes, pushes a bunch of papers off to the side, and presents to you this almost football-sized device, probably like an orb size, but a little bit more flat. And you can see what looks like to be like this large, flat sort of device, multiple tubes coming in and out of it, but each of them seems to have a distinction. There's 4 distinct sections, as they seem to represent the place themselves, various colors and hues. Because this thing will be able to activate a way out for you so you can get topside. It has all the energy you need in it to do that, but just make sure it does not break, or it will be difficult. You'll have to refill it, but that's a discussion we don't need to have, because nothing should happen in that instance there.
Disagree. We should be prepared for if something would happen. We don't have to guess around.
Well, in the dire event that this thing breaks, this device has been built over time with the energy of the keys of the city. If you're unfamiliar, the city itself has different sections, and each section has a sort of leader or head. It was more official before the city kind of fell to ruins, and now it belongs to certain individuals. Essentially, if something abysmal was to happen and needed to refill it, you would need to find those keys and insert them in to kind of re-up the energy of the plane. The reason why this device works is because it takes all that energy that the plane has to create a hole for you to just enter in through. But the keys themselves are very difficult to find, and even I am unsure where they are, because keys that I got at a certain point changed hands to somebody else, or...
Difficult or not, that's irrelevant, Doctor. If we need to, we'll get them.
Yes. Just know that the keys belong... There is a person with the key, and without the key, you won't be able to re-up the energy, and, especially if you're in that section of the city, you can't leave that section without the key holder opening a door to the next section of the city. It's a little complicated, but again, should be no problem, especially us being on the first plane. It is a closest to the exit as you can get. Now, who do I entrust this to? Because there's Caedra, but I feel like you're a brute. But there's Anki, who still doesn't believe, in some shape or form, that this is a real thing happening.
I take the thing, like, step forward. I take the thing from him. Does Anki wear any bags visible?
Oh, bags. That's a great one. I think
does he have like a shoulder bag?
Yeah, I think perpetually I have like a shoulder bag on. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I step forward. I take this device from Dr. Warren as he just finishes.
Yeah, because I did take a bunch of stuff from the lab. Yeah, before we. Yeah. So I've. Yeah.
And I turn around to face Anki, I take 2 menacing steps towards you, and I just take your bag, I open it up, and I put this device in it. I close it, and I say, "You lose it, you run away with it, you lose your life. Got it?"
I'm already dead.
What?
He thinks this is an hallucination, or he thinks it's in some form of hell, which he's not wrong.
They say
Clearly,
no.
clearly, the real you knocked me out outside. I ran away out of the tower with you. You knocked me out. You killed me out there. My brain is firing synapses.
I
trying
give
to
you
make up
not a
story.
super hard, but I give you a slap on the face. Not very hard, but I give you a slap on the face. Felt real?
A dying brain is a wondrous thing.
He is the
I
smartest
roll my
idiot we
eyes.
have. With that, he kind of goes, okay, so we have to wait for a couple seconds, and as you are talking, Anki, you feel something you've only felt a very few times in your life, as you feel
Bro, no,
what
don't
looks
do
like
this to me. Don't say the
You-
wind. Don't say the wind.
You feel almost like you've studied hive minds or like bugs or whatnot in terms of how do insects and whatnot communicate with each other, even though they're not able to speak.
Yeah.
And you feel this tingling sensation along your like upper spine. And soon, while you didn't notice it at first because this place is kind of a trash heap, a mist slowly begins to build along the floor.
Alright, so we have a few moments to prepare before we get going towards the train.
Yes. Now, there are some cloaks in the corner, and do you
I
feel that?
I think this. Oh, yeah. Okay, my brain's about to move on to a new scene. This is great. This is great. I can't believe my mind's doing a crusty solve. That's wild.
as you are mumbling this, I don't pay attention to you at all, or to Dr. Warren being like, "Oh, do you feel this?" I was walking to the side of the room where I pick up a round shield, and I lift it up and I go a step forward, and as Anki is mumbling, I just push it into his hands, and I say, "He'll be holding this. At least some way to keep you safe."
Oh, okay. Sure.
Soon you
Well,
hear
I can be dying, but I'm still gonna keep my manners. Thank you.
from you don't know where. It's almost like omnidirectional, but you just hear.
Does everybody hear that, or is it just me?
You see, while you are still like kind of joking, half scared, Dr. Warren's face completely drops as he goes, "Oh God, I thought we had more time."
I'm assuming you don't have any visitors you were expecting, Doctor.
No, you need to leave now before it's too late. That thing that's coming, you can't fight it. Nobody can fight it. Many have tried, many have failed. I thought we have a little bit more time due to the protections I put, but it looks like it's not going to happen, so you need to
Oh yes.
go to the back.
Death is indomitable. We can't
I've-
fight it.
I reach out. I reach out. The cloaks he was talking about. I throw one onto Anki, as in haphazardly throw it his way. The other one I put over me, as I pick up my mace, and I say, "Well, it was a pleasure working with you, Doctor Anki. Move it."
Oh, okay. Weird wind. And I think at that point I just go, no.
You see, Dr. Warner begins leading you outside, goes, "I am going to buy you as much time as possible. You know the way to the train tracks. Try to get there as fast. Avoid the city streets quickly." And with that, kind of tosses you outside and locks the door.
The moment we're out, I I push Anki in the back a little bit, as in like, come on, let's get moving.
Okay. I'm going at a light pace. I think I'm not taking things too seriously yet. I think I'm
Fantastic.
like, oh, this is great fun. What a fun little adventure my dying mind has put together.
With that, as you kind of begin going into that, you kind of going through the alleyway, you see that as you're about to turn the corner, you hear Ilara's voice going, "Okay, is that you?"
I stop, I go, oh, fun, another one. I turn around. Hey, Lara, how we doing? I'm dead.
Is she somewhere in like vision already?
I think that she has not noticed you yet because you kind of turned the corner, and as you did, she came into frame. So you're not. They don't notice you exactly yet,
Okay.
Caedra. So it's just Anki right now because he's an idiot and he's like, "Oh, hi, I'm over here." I'm over here, but you are not noticed yet.
Yeah, I imagine it's like maybe like a corner where he can jump out and he can see, but I can just say on the side,
Yeah,
on
we're
the
like
wall.
turning a corner going into an alleyway, and I just went.
Yeah. Seeing that he has already seen her, I stop for a moment. I stay to the wall, but I am ready to intervene.
Gotcha. With that, Ilar kind of approaches. You, bonehead, what are you doing here?
Okay. Syrinx, hi, how are you? Apollo speaking, player to player, above the table. How dumb are we comfortable with making Anki act in this moment? Because
he's your
I know, but there's like, how
boy.
dumb is he gonna be?
He's your boy.
It's his dream.
Yeah.
Whatever he believes.
Oh, I rolled a 2. Okay. He's gonna be pretty dumb. I was like, oh, Lara, how are you? It's I've been out. The tower. So the tower was attacked. That was real, right?
Yes, the tower was attacked. We were scared that you maybe became a stray shot got you, or they kidnapped you, or something like that.
Honestly, maybe. I think I'm dead. So what the running theory that I have in my mind is that a stray bullet did get me, because then I hallucinated like an angel lady coming up and grabbing me and then taking me to another place, and I didn't think I was dead then, but then she did knock me out. So then at that point I was like, oh, now I'm dead for real. And then Dr. Warren was there. What a guy. And then he just kind of was like, the fate of the plains, and I was like, okay, whatever, I'm dead. But now they're telling me, hey, I'm out for a run. One last run about the city.
Okay, clearly there's something wrong with you. So why don't you just come with me? We'll go back home.
No, I don't have to go home. I'm dead. What's the point? I've seen the tower. I've been in the tower 30 years. It's fine.
Okay, Anki, you're coming. It's fun and all, you being a fucking idiot, but I'm gonna need you to come with me back to the tower now. Before someone notices you.
Okay, this isn't fun. No. Whatever like higher level of like subconscious is directing this. This isn't a fun scene though. If this is like me replaying like what I thought would happen, can Alara come? Can Alara come with? That would be fun. That would be more fun.
As you are joking around, you see the door that was deadbolted gets flung open as you see the half body of Dr. Warren come flying out and splatting onto the wall before slowly.
That's my cue.
What are you doing?
Eyes just full.
Yeah, and that's my cue. I was waiting, stuck to the wall. I put this cloak actually around me to at least disguise my appearance a little bit. I was putting the hood over a little, and the cue of like I was going to interrupt, but then also immediately Dr. Warren's body flying out. I'm like, we need to hit it. So I prepared for this. I take a few steps out towards Anki, and as I grab his upper arm, I look at Alara, and I will first attempt to cast hold before I speak.
Lovely, lovely. So they have to make, I believe, a saving throw of, what is it? Wisdom saving throw. Okay, let's see what they get. Boop, boop,
Wisdom
boop.
save my
They
whatever.
gotta beat a
Roads.
13. So let's see what they get here.
Maybe I should write that down.
Lucky
Come
enough,
on,
because
Caedra.
I'm a bad roller. You see that as they throw up, they look you dead in the eyes, Caedra, and go, you. As you see, you hold them in place as almost like some form of stasis, holding their back for a hot moment as it goes off, succeeds. And at this moment, as you grab Anki, you get only a slither as you see what looks like to be this almost gray smoke begins to come out of the same way that Dr. Warren bodies came out. And you see only what looks like to be a pair of blazing white eyes that, even for you, put some sort of dread and fear into your body as you just hear.
Time to ask questions later, not right now. I grab this boy's upper
El
arm,
Diablo.
and as I look at Alara, I say, "He's coming with me," and I push Anki towards the other side, and actually start running, and I push you in front of me, and I say, "Book it now!
But what?
You're
will
not
happen to
fucking dead. Run!"
Bad dream, bad dream, bad dream. And I'm just gonna start running.
Can both of you give me con saves to see how far we make it running?
All right. Oh, this is such a smart. Okay, yeah, this is high intelligence, low wisdom. It's been a hallucination. Oh, yeah, that is low wisdom. Are you a 6 or a 9? Okay. Con save?
Yes, this is to see like how far you're able to run without you being like, I'm running out of steam.
13.
13, 17. Okay numbers. With that, you two immediately begin to book it down the alley. You see this smoke at first is slow, but as you begin to run, begins to react as it almost uses its smoke as tendrils, latching onto buildings and just coming after you. You make a good pace, especially you're making your way to your train and you kind of begin running, dodging around corners, trying to keep to the alleyways. As you know, the minute you get onto the main street, people will start probably coming after you. But at a certain point, you get maybe about halfway, and at this point, Anki, you're just losing steam. And Caedra, you can see this visibly on Anki as he's like running with all his stuff on him, and he's just losing steam. He's not as athletic as you are. But you know that maybe if you can push it, or you got to do something here if you want to push it to the train.
I think there's only two options in my head. One of them is, stop whatever is coming after us, but it's literal mist that's behind us, and I don't have an idea of like how I would go about stopping that enough so that he could make some headway. So either that's one option, which doesn't feel super feasible, and then the other option that's in my head is try and assist Anki to get further by potentially using my wings and propelling myself forward so that I can like pick him up a little and drag him with me.
It's up to you. In terms of if you were going the route of picking him up and trying to escape, that probably would be athleticism. So it's an athletic check there.
Yeah.
Or if you want to try to maybe see if like there's another way of like trying to escape this thing, a perception check to see if like is there any way that we can kind of outrun this thing or try to find a place where it's not as easy for Mr. Smoke to be just going through as fast.
I would love to do the athletic move, but I do like the visual that you gave of like maybe instead of just pushing forward, it's more using my dexterity and swiftness with wings to like pick him up a little bit and go around corners more easily so that maybe we, do a few corners, and after a third one, it's easier to get lost for this whatever it is following us.
Getcha. If you'd be so kind, make me an athletic check. If you'd be so kind.
I will. 24.
Right on. With that, you immediately pick up Anki using your strength. Just because you rolled high doesn't mean it's not hard for you. As you have to pick up a whole nother person and all their junk on them and try to
All
do
their
these
junk.
like F-16 like jet maneuvers here. But with that, you're able to grab onto him using your strength and begin to try to create a pattern for this creature to follow you. Dodge left, dodge right. But when you get to the third turn, on this third time doing this, you begin to almost not drift in a sense, but very much of like using your wings as a flap to sort of go back into a nearby alleyway. With that, the creature begins to just go forward, not noticing that you have left in its direction,
I
giving
think
you enough time of just like you have a moment now to run because it's just following a pattern now.
Yeah, and I think in some cases, like Anki gets very close to hitting a wall as we turn, because I'm not used to doing this. I'm not used to like carrying something and getting them out of danger. So I think sometimes Anki gets a little close to hitting a wall, or a little bit of him scrapes. Maybe again a reminder that he's not dead, and that oh shit, he scrapes his knee on one of the walls. That actually hurts.
I'm like, realistic.
Honky, this is the most. It's like if this was a amusement park, this is not the best ride. This is the ride they give all the warnings on of like, don't do this if
Awesome.
you're this, and this. As you
OSHA was not consulted here. There is no
not at
single
all
guard railing to be
not
found.
one bit. But
It's kind of fucked up.
You have a moment at this instance, bleeding once again now from like the leg, just from like one of the nearby scrapes along brick. I don't know whether or not you're feeling that this is any more real, but that sure as felt scary.
I think I think the like initial shock gone into like the coping of disbelief. I think at one point, whenever we get to like stop flying and I do have to get to tend to my like wound, I'm like, I touch my knee and there's blood running down my hand now. Like my hand is bloodstained, and I'm just looking. I'm saying, but why did we have to run? What the?
And before you,
happened?
as you start getting existential,
Not right now. Yeah.
yeah, as because there is no time right now. I bought us a second longer, so you try to catch your breath, and you're like, "Oh, I can." It's not the moment. So I immediately, we're on the ground, but I pull your shoulder and I say, "Not now. You can philosophize on the train."
Is Dr. Warren dead?
I don't want to pick you up again. Run yourself.
I'm gonna get up and I'm just gonna follow, but my eyes are so distant.
With that, you continue to walk. At this point, the creature that you rolled so high is not able to really catch up or know where you are at the moment, giving you just enough time to get to where you need to go. At this instance, you are way out of the city. I'm talking about like if you were very much like on the outskirts of the city, where you can see the dazzling lights, its displays, all its multiple displays, as you find yourself at the precipice of a station. It is particularly run down, overgrown with all kinds of flora and whatnot, but you can see from the main entrance somebody was here and kind of ripped open the planks. With that, you guys begin to enter in. As you do, you see that the lights begin to flicker very slowly on and off. And as you get into this main hallway, almost reacting like, if you go into a space, you go in, the lights kind of go on, reacting the same way as it's very much these lights begin to light up. And along it, you can see a number of luggage of some sorts that kind of been overthrown, overturned, or didn't make it. But the more particularly interesting thing on the posters on the side, you can see that each of these posters are different in its own way, but each represent a shining aspect of the city of Labyrinth, all in its faded paper and glory. You see it has the wonders of the learning section with somebody in this sort of glass dome doing some sort of science underwater. You see the booming innovation of industry, the industry section, and a man sort of ambling and sort of creating these wonders. The leisures of the cultural section, a group of a couple just, cleaning drinks. And last but not least, the glory of the guardianship section, which is the section you're in right now, which has just a number of figures looking stoically in the distance, with the sort of main overall motto of this place being, give us your forgotten poor and return to the place you know, home. But as you kind of further go down, you do notice there is some spray painted, whether it be spray painted or painted on, just liars painted all over the faces of the individuals of the guardianship section. You can see it's just in, like, across their faces and just in white paint. Interesting to say the least. But going down, you find yourself in sort of the main hall station. You see the various trains that would look neat on maybe its heyday, are kind of a mix and mash, as some of them are like overturned, rusted, almost destroyed, burnt out. Luckily, you see there's one on line 15 that seems to be operational in the sense. And at this moment, you can just see sparks coming from sort of the not the cockpit, but in terms of the conductor, where the train is being operated from as somebody's fixing it up. And I think at this point, the both of you first see Francis for the first time, as you didn't get a good look of his face. You can see that Francis himself looks like a individual, maybe mid late 30s, has like a red hair that's sort of a very messy but still trying to keep it well, with pomade, very short, thin pencil mustache, and with very much of like a business attire to him that looks very distraught and disformed from over years of use. But as he sort of goes down, you see he picks up his visor, kind of goes, "What the fuck? What are you doing here? It's too early."
Okay, I don't recognize him because I've never seen him, but I guess I recognize his voice when this person speaks up. And so they are where the conductor should be in this train?
Yeah, you see he's working on like just the controls, making sure it's welded. He's doing what looks like to be like a final patch of like scrap melding onto it.
Yeah. Being on guard that this is a person I don't recognize visually and being prepared to take them out, being my first instinct. Then when he speaks up, recognizing the voice and connecting the two. There was some trouble back there. We needed to run.
Okay, where's the doctor?
Indisposed. Can you get this train up earlier? That's a question we needed. It's not it's not a question of can you. You should.
Fine. I gotta fix the capacitors real quick. If I can do that, we'll be okay. Square out of here in a hot second.
I look at Anki and I say, get in the train already. You can look after your wound when you're in there.
What? But
come on, get in.
He can't be dead. We need to go get him.
We are going to get on this train.
Just fucking knock him upside the head again. It's such a simple solution.
Don't you dare. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Get on the goddamn train. We're gonna die here if you don't, make up your mind.
I get on the train. I look at the. Can I? Have I? Have I ever designed a train? Do I know how to work this train?
Do
I
I
think-
like trains?
Am I a
Do I,
train
as an
guy?
autistic person, do
Yeah.
I have an affinity for trains?
Yeah, you have a proficiency for train design and everything trains. I think without having to roll anything, you know the basics of a train. If you're gonna get any more specific, you're gonna have to roll.
Yeah, because he said that I've been listening to everything. He said there was an issue with the capacitors. He needs to get those up. I'm just kind of looking. What's the issue here?
If you'd be so kind, if you would, you can roll me an either investigation or history, whichever one's higher for you.
Okay, let's have a look. So
Let's
my
look under the
investigation.
hood here.
They're both +8.
Fantastic.
But I'll go investigation.
Gotcha.
Love. Okay. Okay. So that's a 15 total.
15. You're gonna go on the train and look, or you're just gonna take a kind of like from an outside view? Just like
I've
go off
stepped
the
into
train.
the train, but I haven't
Okay.
stepped in further. I've just kind of stepped in and been like, what's the issue here?
You see the train here isn't just one cart. It seems to be like a full-on train. So
Okay.
like there's multiple carts in section. And you notice
If
that
it's
there is
any-
the engine room. You have to kind of go a slight back, not too much that it would be like a danger, but
Yeah.
you could see there are what looks like to be 6 capacitors. Very similar design to what you have made for your own little batteries that you've made with energy. But they just need some fine-tuning in terms of rotations, as it looks like this train wasn't as damaged as the others. It looks like just simple rotations in the correct positions would set you straight out of here.
My passive investigation is 18. I look at them and say, oh, they just... I just step on, still dazed, and I think seeing something that isn't perfect takes me a little bit out of it. I go, those are just out of alignment. Get out of the way. And I just...
They're not out of alignment, kid, okay? I got a fresh stack right here. These things are deader than dead, all right? Deader than the doctor, than what I'm assuming. So no rotation is going to fix the problems that we're having here, okay?
I'm going to reach into the bag, and I'm going to pull out a wrench, and it's my little shard of creation, and I'm going to turn it into... There's just like a bright golden... There's just like a dim little golden light, and then I'm just going to turn it into like... whatever tool would be necessary to get this up. I'm just gonna roll up my sleeves and I say, okay, yeah. And I'm just gonna get to work.
Oh, fuck. Okay, look, I'm just going in the front. I'm a little embarrassed by that. When he's scream when you're done. Kind of goes to the front where the controls are and begins to just get ready.
Hell yeah.
Cut
Yeah,
to
I'm
when
just
you
gonna
get a
start
space.
working on these capacitors. I'm just
Working,
I just
Kaito,
need a
were you gonna
task.
say something in that instance or note something? Or just...
I thought they were gonna bicker, and that's what I was like. I was preparing to say like, "Stop your bickering," whatever this is. Yeah, but with Francis backing off, I think that's fine for me. But I just say, you got 5 minutes before we need to be out of here.
I only need 3.
The little show off, the little shit.
The little shit. I think you're seeing. You're seeing this man's full emotional range today. You saw panic attack. You saw almost shitting myself. You saw what are we doing in the big city? Then you saw I'm dead, nothing matters. Then full shock, and now he's locked into nobody talk to me. I'm doing my work.
I prefer it this way, so I just like, let you have your minutes.
Watch me roll 3 nat 1s.
No need to roll for the purposes of this as you go.
Thank you.
And with that, begin to go on fixing this. But with that, in that sense there, you go fixing it and giving the all clear. You see the train begins to close and begin to pull out of the station towards the exit. And I think that is a mighty fine place to take a break. before we get to the second half of this episode. So with that, everyone, we're going to take a quick break here. So use a baño, grab yourself a snack, and we'll be right back. We'll see you in a hot second, folks. Bye-bye. Welcome back, y'all. To the second part of Ascension, episode 2 here, and we're on a train. So let's get back to the train. As the train itself begins to pull out of the station and come out, I think the both of you, I think for one of you, this is a sight you have never seen before. As the train is pulling out, you see almost like the full view of what this section of the city is, all of its majestic nature for you, Anki, that you get to see your city from a very different point of view. Rather than it being from the top, you see it from the side in all of its glory and splendor. But I think for you, Caedra, you have not seen this site since you entered into the labyrinth. So I think it's a very different feeling of kind of a full roundabout. You're very close to escaping. So getting inside your heads here, starting off with you, Anki. Anki, how do you feel about seeing this view of the city and practically even leaving home for the first time?
There's a sense of, wow, this is gorgeous, but also I'm trying to reckon with how much of this could I have made up myself, because I'm still on the come down of that whole thing. So I'm still trying to figure out what details of this city do I not have the mind to create myself. Because never in my wildest dreams would I kill Dr. Warren. So now I'm just trying to see if there's anything else that doesn't quite square with this being just the synapses in my brain firing crazily.
For you, Caedra, how are you feeling being on the cusp of getting everything back, finally being the shit, to simply put it?
I'm not one to celebrate a victory before it happens. So I think there's like moments that my mind wanders off and thinks, you know, I mean, we're running and there's clearly stuff behind us, but we've been getting the upper hand so far, so it seems quite feasible to actually get him out and above and then just to go back. Like, just go back, get a second chance, not fuck it up again. And I think there's like a little moment of like granting myself the thought of this will soon happen again. Being vigilant enough, and again having the thought of, well, victory isn't here yet, so let's wait a second. And I am warily looking out the window, looking around, watching Anki's body posture, and I'm fully still on edge and aware that this is a job and this is duty, and I shouldn't slack off or shouldn't lose vigilance.
I think in this moment, as you're like paying attention, making sure everything's good to go, there is just a kind of a silent pause between you two. As you see, Francis is running the train, doesn't really need your help, Anki. And very much the way the train is set up is seat on this side, seat on this side. So it's very much just the awkward kind of close quarters and being next to each other. Do you say anything to each other as you're having this silent train ride to the exit?
I just look up. Why would I imagine him dying? That doesn't make sense.
You're not imagining anything. He is dead.
How can I be sure? How can I be sure that I'm not? All my life I spent daydreaming. This makes sense. It makes sense that in my last moments of consciousness, my panicked, dying brain would make up a grand adventure for me.
Last moments of consciousness? Seriously? You got knocked on the head. A person doesn't die from that. You've never been out?
I don't think it would have been then. Maybe it. Okay, well, if it wasn't then, maybe it was in the tower. Maybe I got, maybe like Elara said, maybe a stray bullet got me before I met you. Maybe when I was, the seer told me to go gather up my effects and that we would go to a safe house, and I was in my lab. Maybe there was an accident or an explosion with some of the materials that I was handling.
You know that it's dangerous to let your mind wander like that, right? Takes you away from the present time, takes you away from your surroundings.
But what, I don't know that my surroundings are real. There has to be. It can't be anything that I feel physically, because all that could be taken from something else in my life. It has to be something exterior that I couldn't have planned for, like a doctor dying. Why would I come up with that?
Don't look at me. It doesn't matter for me if you think this is real or not. All that matters is that I get you upside. If you want to think this is all a dream, but you go along with things, then that's good, I guess. Keep on dreaming. Doesn't matter to me. Doesn't change my side of things.
I'm just gonna look at you confused and just go, who are you? Tell me about yourself. I don't know you. Tell me something I wouldn't know.
And you don't need to know me.
Do you want me at my best? Because if I don't think that this is real, I'm not going to be trying my best.
You've been trying your best pretty damn hard in those streets when that thing, that beast being, was following us.
That was adrenaline. That was
sure?
adrenaline. Yes, that was adrenaline. That was me running, or that was the memory of adrenaline and me running, or fucking whatever. I don't do well in those moments, but I do well when I have time to think, and that's what I'm trying to do. Just help me here. If this is real, like you say, tell me something that I wouldn't know and prove it.
Again, I have absolutely no reason to tell you anything, to prove anything to you. I'll get you upside, even if I have to drag you there myself. And I can.
Are there windows that I can open here?
Yeah.
I'm going to open a window. I'm going to grab in my bag and get the thing that Dr. Warren gave us. And I'm just going to hold my hand out the window. Now, do you have a reason?
This is so stupid, but flavor-wise, it fits so hard. To try and cast hold on him. So he cannot release this thing.
I love that.
But yeah, it's so stupid because I will use a spell for it, but flavor-wise, it fits so hard.
It's up to you.
Yeah, I totally will. So you make a wisdom save.
Yeah, make a wisdom save, DC 13, if you be so kind.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit, that's a 16 on the die.
Oh,
You
I
see
think
that are you subtle about it, or are you like straight up like invisible in view of him spell casting?
No, I think the only like visible change that maybe you don't clock is my spell casting yet, but like you see that the one hand that's resting on my mace to the side. Again, the veins like have this red glow as it comes up my arm a little bit, and you probably feel like yourself a little tense up, but then you can still move.
I kind of like tense up, take a deep breath, and go, I saw you cast that already. I knew you could do that. You have to do something that I know that I don't know you can do. Or tell me something, anything. My hands are getting tired. Just holding it.
So you want to die? That's what you're saying. You do want death? Is that what you want?
No, I think I'm already.
No. Okay, no,
issue.
it's not what you want.
No, I don't want to die. Nobody wants to die.
Then I'd suggest you drop that in this train again, because otherwise that's what's happening to you. And if you're lucid enough right now to say that you don't want death, I'd suggest you put the device back on your lap and we continue this.
Okay.
3.
Can I? Oh,
2.
Awesome. Can I roll insight just to see how? Oh, can I roll insight on Caedra?
It's very curious. Why are you inciting like Caedra for? Are you just inciting for what purpose? Does it determine what Caedra rolls?
I think something that I haven't seen people look at me with is murderous intent.
Oh yeah.
Okay, well if it's just very clear, I think
I don't know how clear you want it to be. I think it's maybe the realization and clocking that someone who's looking at you that maybe you've never had before, because everyone always been so kind to you and understanding and trying to help you. I think if you look at her and she says the words, her hand flexing a little on that mace, you fully believe that if you don't put this device back in the train, this person would kill you. And I think that's maybe like a moment of realization for you, since you've never had someone had that kind of emotion towards you. Yeah, because everyone's always been kind to you and like trying to help you, right? And been understanding.
Sure. Hand comes back in. I just place the device on my lap as I sit down. Okay.
Good. Don't play games with me.
Okay.
I don't do games.
So that's enough for me to take at least a day seriously, because I told the doctor I'd give at least a day for definite. Okay. What? How many people have you killed?
Answer that last question there for me before I move on to my next section.
I thought you were going to be like, before we can answer the question.
No, answer the question.
Here's a flashback. Sports commentator. Hello, here with the Caedra death count tally.
That's irrelevant.
So you have killed people. Okay.
As you are having this conversation, you feel the back of the train begin to almost like violently shake for a second, as you feel some sort of subtle explosion happen. Not anything like big kaboom and you like it's of concern, but almost like something detaches or something ruptures from the back as you hear Francis go, "Hey, I want to break up this lovely sweetheart moment you're having together, but it looks like, as I was correct, big brain, something's wrong with the capacities."
I'm just gonna...
Can we keep moving with this thing?
I'm moving, but we're gonna be dead in the water if you don't fix the capacity. It looks like about half of them got out.
I'll put the device back in the bag, because I do eventually want to do like a proper study of it. But I just say, yeah, taking it serious. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna start heading back there. Yeah.
Fantastic. Caedra, are you staying or are you going with Anki?
He's going towards Francis, right? To the place
no, towards the back of the train. He's going away from Francis. So he's going so Francis in the front, Anki's going in the back.
I think I let him take a few paces. As if like do I need to follow this guy? Because I don't know anything about these trains that they're talking about. But then I'm like, wait, of course I need to follow this guy because literally he is my way out. So I'll stand up and I'll start following him towards the back.
Fantastic. You begin to go towards the back. You can see that as you open sort of this section into the where like kind of like one of the main engines are, you can see in the far distance there's a fire that's starting in the back. Nothing to be too concerned about as it's kind of like far back. But if you're on this train for long, it may be a problem, but up in the air. For you, Anki, without having to roll anything, you do notice that a number of these capacitors, they're like very much of like they're in a box, sort of like how electronics are kind of set up in a house, or like the power grid kind of is behind a cover. You see that the cover for some of those capacitors is open, and the capacitors themselves are just rolling on the ground. He was correct in about maybe 3 of them on the ground. You need 6 to be like at full speed. So you can see that they're just rolling about. Maybe they must have just bounced off, or just a jolt or whatever happened in the back.
Yeah, I'll just start to getting to fix that. On a passive investigation of 18, is there anything else? Like I want to obviously put the stuff back where it needs to be, but like, can I find the underlying cause? Like, what's the thing a couple chains up the chain of events that caused this to happen?
Passively, no, but if you want to investigate, a chance.
Go on, I will. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's a 23.
23. Let me double check for my purpose here. Da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. With that, as you are walking through and you go to grab one of these things, you immediately notice a sweat drop from the top fall right on you.
A what? What be
A
different?
sweat drop.
Sweat? My sweat or something else?
Not your sweat. It
Right.
looks like somebody else's sweat.
I'm just gonna start looking around.
You look up because it came directly, huh?
Yeah, I just look up. I just say, "No, I'm locked into my task. I don't call for help. I'm just gonna look directly up."
I'm standing pretty close to you though, but
Okay,
as long
awesome.
as I don't think I'd notice like the subtle movement of a head looking up, but
With that, you look up, Anki, and as you do, you see that 2 large wings begin to go off, almost like dragon-like in nature, and begin to throw you off to the side as midway fall, throw something in your way, Caedra, as you get hit with some sort of needle. I need a Constitution saving throw from you, Caedra, if you'd be so kind.
yeah.
Oh no, the music.
Breaking the law, breaking the law.
There's a fly in my room and it's driving me crazy.
So, with a saving throw, do you just add your modifier?
You add your, unless if you're, let me double check if you're proficient in con saves.
Not con save, only wisdom and charisma, I think.
So just only your constitution then. So whatever
Yeah.
your constitution is. So
But if I'd be
+3.
proficient in it, it's plus proficiency.
No, it's only if you have proficiency in the save. So you don't have it. So
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
have it.
I know, but it's just a future reference.
Oh, okay. If you have proficiency, yeah. So yeah, but for this case,
Come on, don't roll out of here. 16.
16. Let's see, for my purposes here. Da-da-da-da. Oh, you lucky bastard. You see that it was 15. As you see, you get hit with this poison, shrugged off her back, but you see your mutations immediately act as like neon red begins to glow in the section. It begins to push the poison out. If you failed, it would have disadvantaged on your attacks for the entire fight that you managed to just push out there. And at this point, you see this individual begins to unfurl what they have on. They're in like tattered robes. Their wings are black with hints of red on it. Their eyes are bright red, but you can see they have like painted almost like smudge paint across their eyes that kind of match their red horns and black dreaded hair. And at this point, you see they position themselves and not looking at Anki at all, but dead at you. You're gonna die here. I'm gonna need a roll for initiative. My two lovelies here.
Pretty cocky, isn't it?
I hate that Google. I hate that the captions will just catch me very softly saying smash. Hate that. I'm getting clocked. I rolled like poop. 12 initiative.
My dice left the table.
Wow. Okay.
I need like a
12.
dice tray. Wait, where is my initiative? 16.
16. Lovely, lovely. So with that, this enemy is going first. You see that they immediately have the initiative, almost like lightning fast. They kick their feet off the ground, ignoring you completely, Anki, and you see they ready their fist. I think, Caedra, at first you're like, what, are they gonna punch me? But almost slow motion, you see that this fist slowly begins to almost become alive with this bluish, almost like tealish necrotic energy as both their fists begin to start glowing and they start to attack you. Let's see what they get here.
That's no fun. They're being mean.
First attack, oh god, I don't think 11 hits.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, and then the next one here. Oh, that's a 23. So that's, I believe, 23 hits.
Yeah.
Fantastic. You are taking... Do math right here real quick. Lovely, lovely. You are taking 20 points of bludgeoning and necrotic damage as you see that this fist goes through your armor and as it punches slow motion, begins to break and almost, not completely, but reacts so much that you are pushed back into the nearby corridor, and you see there is a visible punch mark in your armor, something that you've never really seen before in your life. As you see this person begins to move into a almost like defensive position and kind of trails around you. At this point, it is now, they're not going to do anything because that's their action. So with that, it's going to be your turn, Caedra, as you were next up.
Fuck! Only one of their fists did 20 damage. I'm caught a little off guard by this person being in here suddenly. And so you're like, you're gonna die to me? I think in my head I still register as someone who wants to steal Anki for themselves, or whatever it is. So I growl, and as I take the hit to my chest, punched back a little bit. Yeah, I think I'll look at them because we're pretty close by, head to head. I'll say, I don't know who the fuck you are, but you're not taking him. And I also took my AC without a shield because I was like, I didn't specify that I took that shield with me right now. It's probably still on the seats. So I will just, I think first bonus action. No, actually doesn't make sense. The first bonus action. Okay, I will
Do whatever order you're like. You got bonus action, you got action. It's long as you have that, so you do whatever you want and whatever.
I know, but it doesn't give me. Yeah, it doesn't give me like an advantage.
Gotcha.
Oh wait, no. Wait. Yes, combat.
I think it's a perfect time to say we're playing Tales of the Valiant with a wonderful supplement as the show is wonderfully sponsored by Caldwell Press. We're using their new Labyrinth rulebook, so whoop, whoop. So we're learning the kinks of it. So you learn as we learn. We all learn.
Okay. Yes, I will first bonus action.
Fantastic.
And I will bonus action use divine favor, which is a first level spell. I don't need to roll for that.
Yep, just an
But
extra D4.
I
Of
add a
the
D4 of
radiant.
radiant damage on a hit to my my weapon attacks, basically.
Lovely.
You see yet again, like the again the divine stuff that Caedra has been doing up until now. It doesn't have a symbol or anything. It's almost like she, in a way, believes that whatever is like connecting her to a godly thing is in her veins, literally, is in her body. And whenever she tries to channel that kind of divinity, it's like a thought that activates it. It's not a symbol that she carries or anything like that. I will use that so I have an extra D4.
Roll for me. Roll for me.
Yes, and then I will raise my hand with my mace and just try to swing and hit them in the head. To try and just hit them, but also just hit them away from me. Cool. Okay. At 17?
17 hits.
Okay.
You have multi-attack, so I believe you can attack twice.
Yes, but I'm assuming I need to roll twice for that to see if it hits.
Yeah, it's up to you if you want to do one at a time or you want to do both and then roll. So
Okay, no, I'll do both. More than a 17.
so both attack hits. So give me the damage for those 2 attacks.
Okay. I'm sorry, folks. This is the first time we're doing combat.
It's math.
Really.
Don't worry about it. You got it. Believe in you. If you're that, it should be 2d8s and then 2d4s.
Yes. And I'll get those dice out.
So with that, you get your sort of energy ramped into your mace here. With that, pulling out your shield, whipping through, going charged forward, hitting both attacks.
Yes. And I have the necessary dice. Oh my god, I don't know how they did 20 damage in one hit to me. I'm doing 9 damage to them.
It's okay. They're very angry. They got very lucky with their hit. Don't worry. But with that, you go in. You go in. You hit them across. Like you were trying to remember your old moves, and I think it's like you haven't really had a challenging fight in a very long time. But with that, you swing your mace, hit across the side. With that, hit again. But as you do, you hit it in the shoulder. But you see they managed to grab the mace, throw it in the corner. You're still holding on to it, but very much like throwing it off, and go to you in your face and go, I'm not here for this idiot. I'm here for you. So that's your action, bonus action. You have movement unless you want to go specifically somewhere.
No, I don't need to go away from them, so I don't have a reason to move to right now.
Lovely, lovely. So that is your turn there. Next up, Anki. As you're going about, you notice the fire gets a little bit more chaotic, and at this point, blows up what looks like to be the back end, and it begins to sort of drag the train in this instance here. You notice with that instance there, these 3 individual capacitors begin bouncing up and down. If one of these break, you're going to be in trouble. So keep that in mind. So what are you doing on your turn here? You do notice that Caedra is in a bit of trouble, but you also notice that these capacitors are what keep the train going. So you're kind of stuck in between 2 worlds here.
Okay, so this sucks. And I love that. Thank you. So I can't do that. That won't work. That won't work. What do I have? Protection. How would you rule? So, definitely a part of this is I want to, you know, I want to work on the capacitors. I want to make sure that they don't go down. But then I think I would also love. See, Caedra gave me a shield. Love that. My watch extends out to be a shield, and I think I might want to throw that over to Caedra, just because mine is enspelled with protection from evil and good. And I don't know if it'll do anything, but it might. It might.
Remind me what Protection Evil Good does? For my purposes here?
Ward against attacks of the supernatural creatures until the spell ends. One willing creature you touch. So I have it on my shield. So I would just be... I have it on my shield. So I'd have to like use my action to activate the spell on the shield. And in that, I would like, I don't know, like throw it to Caedra.
You can make it. We
and
can
that
make
would
it the
just
whole
mean-
action just for the purposes of what it does. It do is it
Yeah.
disadvantage to the attacker or anything like that?
So
For my purposes,
protects
I'm trying to
against,
remember.
It protects against aberrations, celestials, fiends, elementals, fae, and undead. Creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls against the target. Target can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed.
Fantastic. You can do an action to just throw it, and then you can use your bonus action to try to deck save, catch these. Very much like
Awesome.
Ping, ping,
Yeah,
ping, 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 ping,
that's
ping.
what I'll do. I think seeing everything happen, I think the shield that you gave me has long been left on a seat. And I just go, Caedra, take this. I like Ben 10 slap my wrist. And you're like, what is this kid doing? And as I throw I take the watch off, slap it, throw it up in the air, and as it's in the air like a frisbee, it just expands and turns into a full bronze shield.
Not the Ben
that-
10 reference.
In the year
Slay.
2025, as it should be. Yeah, and I think it has inlaid on it just a series of runes that I would have used in my lab to whenever dealing with like any supernatural substances. It's good to have something. It's basically a hazmat suit. It's my version of it's a hazmat shield. So that flies over to you, and then I Looney Tunes try to start grabbing the capacitors before they fall.
Fantastic. Don't have to roll for your action because it's your action. You're doing that. So with that action, goes. You're able to catch it and now have the shield on you. Caedra, I need a dexterity saving throw to see if you're able to catch all three of these capacitors.
Me?
Wait, no. Anki.
Yes, because you're trying to capture them all.
Dex saves are not the best.
You know what they
That's-
say. Gotta capture them all.
You gotta
I'm
capture
gonna-
them all. Yes, you gotta capture them all.
Okay. Okay, that's just ability check, so that won't help me with saves. That's fine. Please help me with saves. Okay. What is my that's gonna... What does an 8 get me?
An 8? With that,
8.
clink, 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 you grab onto one. But with that, you see the other one seems to go farther back into the train. And you see that the other one goes clinking towards this random individual that started fighting you as it goes in the direction. So that's it. You have your movement, so in case you want to go anywhere, you have that. But I believe
If I'm holding
that is
down
it.
the capacitor that was about to fall, does me moving mean that I relinquish my hold on the good capacitor?
No, it's just like it's not anything like too big. It's like you can have multiple in your hand. You would just be like running towards the other one. So you have one of the three.
Yeah, I don't want to create a big grouping situation, so I will move to try get the one that moved further down in the train. Like I've put one in its place, and now I'm just gonna try go grab the other one.
Fantastic. You
Yeah.
rush into the back of the corridor here. At this
Hell
instance, end of your turn, I'm pretty sure, because obviously action bonus
Yeah,
action
yeah,
movement.
that's everything I can do.
Lovely, lovely. Top around back to this individual. You see that they, noticing you running away, and that Caedra's care, goes up to you, Caedra, and goes, "Do you care about this person?"
Fuck no.
They are going to grab the capacitor in their hand, and at this point, I think just to make the situation worse, is going to throw it in one of the nearby directions of the train itself. I'm going to see if the train reacts.
Throw it to me. Throw it to me.
I'm throwing it to you.
Boo.
You see that they grab this reactor, almost going slightly towards you, Anki, not completely, but with that goes and hits onto one of the nearby walls, breaks, and you see almost instantaneously just a small explosion happens as you see a part of this train is just blown wide open at this point. As you see now, it was on the tracks, it is now spiraling, and you see that
This
your
sucks.
train at this point was going straight due to the force, and now just almost like dragging on the side, is turning. And you can hear Francis on the radio kind of going, "Hey, I don't want to be that asshole, but what the fuck are you doing? You can't get to the exit now!"
Whee! This sucks ass. Great stuff.
Please, kill, fix, do your thing, do your freaking jobs if you want to live.
Be fucking useful or be silent.
Hurry it up, Cupcake. With that, he kind of turns it off, is trying to at this point steer the ship, but at this point, this individual looks you dead in the eye. Already have used their action, but keeps looking to you, Caedra. Do you not know who I am?
Toxic Yuri. Sorry.
Is it the end of their turn and it'll flow over into my turn?
Yeah, pretty much, because they kind of use their action. They don't have anything they can use bonus action-wise that would be useful for them right now, so...
Okay, yeah. I say... No, that seems entirely irrelevant in the situation. And, they're still in hand's reach, right? Otherwise,
Yeah, you're still
had to
very
walk
much of
away.
like melee combat. She just threw it, very much of like a grenade-esque situation.
Okay, yeah. Looking to the side at Anki, say, "You fix this."
I'm trying.
I'll focus on this person in front of me again, and brain going one way. This person is clearly trying. They literally said, "I will kill you. You will die here." So clearly, it's a situation of kill or be killed. I'm fine with that. I know those situations. So my instinct is only on one thing. I'll let you know. I know why my hit points were higher than we thought they were, because they are higher. I actually have 16 more hit points, and that's because I have combat conditioning. No, I have combat conditioning, and that gives me an extra 2 max hit points every level.
Love.
So that's why I had more. So my total HP is 84. My current
You're
one
just
is
midway
64.
through fight. It just pause. The Constitution.
So because I was looking at what I could do, having that figured out, I still have a lovely bonus on my mace when I use it. So having used it twice on them, then they take it, they throw it off to the side. I take that momentum and I swing it underneath towards their feet to hit them there, trying to incapacitate them at their feet, but also maybe imbalance them.
Lovely, lovely. Roll to attack. Are you going to attack for damage, or are you just trying to get him in a specific situation here, like prone?
No, I think pure damage. It's kill, 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 kill.
Gotcha. Roll for that damage. You would be so kind. Roll to see if you hit.
Yes, I will. First one will not hit because that's a 9.
Nope, won't hit.
Nope.
Mm,
Oh. Second one is a 25, so that will hit.
Yep, that hits. Yep. Roll for your
Um,
attack there.
Yes. And I remember I have things. I will attack and I will use Divine Smite as I attack because I hit.
Lovely,
So-
lovely. I'm guessing a first spell slot you're using?
Yes.
Or you...
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I don't have second ones anymore.
Gotcha. That's an additional
think-
D8. No, I don't think so, because I think you used 2 already.
Yeah, I used 2, and then I had used 1 the previous episode.
Yeah.
Okay, D8, D4, and then Divine Smite, I think gives me 2d8. Which is honestly wild. Yes, 2d8 extra.
Paladins, baby. Paladins.
Okay.
We love a paladin.
We love a paladin.
Uh,
Paladin dance.
So it's 8 bases, and then 8 plus 6. 14.
14. With that, you going kind of sweeping for the legs at this point. Whoom, rush across this edge, sort of right on their leg. You see they get in the ground for a second before they very much use their legs and momentum to get back up. You're sick of me.
Again, totally irrelevant. And since I hit them with my mace, I'll use my bonus action. And use having hit them, raising my mace up again in front of me, I'll use the charges that it has to do a wave of terror towards them. Seeing as we're in a small train, it might benefit me. So they will make a wisdom saving throw with a DC 15.
Gotcha. That's going to be 20, so they succeed.
Yes.
Or they succeed on the throw.
And I don't know, wait. I don't think it has any effect then. I don't think it does.
I don't think so, unless if it's like damage, then yeah, there's no effect. So they succeed. So they kind of, I think at this point, whatever you throw at the direction, they kind of use their energy to grab it, control it, consume it, and sort of redistribute it. As you see, this person is quite skilled in whatever they're doing, or at least knows what they're doing. And it's still very strange that they seem to be still hyper fixated on you, not caring really anything about Anki.
Thoughts are for later. I don't have a reason to even move, so I don't.
Lovely. So at the end of your turn, Aki, you're up next, buddy, as you see that pretty much one of the capacitors are gone. The other one is still, like, it's this point dangling off of the side, almost like it's going to drop or go inside. So you can still try to get that one, but you're already down 1 capacitor at the moment.
And I love that. And I truly love that, and I'm so happy that this is happening to us. So this isn't a dream anymore. I'm about to die. That's great. You know. And that's lovely, and that's lovely and beautiful, and that is life. That is life at the end of the day. Let's have a look if I have to roll for concentration on that protect. I do.
Do you every time? I thought it's when you get hit, or is it every turn?
I honestly, I'll double check for Tales of the Valiant rules specifically.
I think you're fine because it's when you get hit you have to roll concentration. That's usually how the spells work.
You might be right.
If it's a concentration spell, you just need to only roll if you get hit.
Yeah,
all
it's
right,
half
awesome.
or whatever. It's a whole thing, but it's when you get hit you have to roll.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, that's fine. Well, if that's the case, don't have to roll for that. That's lovely. That's great. That's perfect, honestly. And burning hands. I don't have anything utilities spell wise because they would all just be spells that I would just give Caedra to cast. I'd be like, you do it, you do it, you do it.
Friendly fire, friendly fire.
Friendly fire. Well, I mean, can I just use my full action economy to try get capacitors and get them in place?
Sure, if you want to see, make another dex saving throw to see if you are able to get this last sort of dangling piece of a capacitor.
Good lord. Come on. All right, that's a 15.
15. With that, almost like you have to grab it at your own hazard and health as you are like halfway out the train, grabbing this thing before it falls off, but you're able to grab it as you feel like the wind in your hair, the sort of creaking of the train, the fire in the back. Grab it, get to the engine where these two are fighting, and you have to actively like very much avoid like on a train, just like excuse me kind of energy as these two are like fighting, clink, 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 clink. But with that, you get to the capacitors, you're faced with a problem. One of them did explode. So you're running at a deficit right now. Is there anything you're going to do, or are you just going to plug these things and try to get to the front of the train?
The raw materials that I picked up from my lab that are in my bag, can any of those be substituted for a capacitor?
The only thing you have is your divine capacitor. The only problem is that thing is like a supercharged battery. You do not know what's going to happen if you place one of these things inside what is meant for normal watt usage. This thing that you have is like a super cell in a sense, and putting it in here was in no way, shape, or form initially designed to house regular capacitors and then one divine capacitor. It's very much either they're all divine or it's just all regular.
Would one divine capacitor do the job of 6 normal capacitors?
If you want, you could make a let's see what kind of trick this is.
Perhaps, mayhaps, I have a business deal for you.
I trade you 6 normal capacitors, 6 dumb little normal capacitors for one divine one.
Make a you can make just a straight intelligence check. So add your strength and your proficiency. Okay. I mean, not your strength, your intelligence and your proficiency. I don't know why I said strength.
Awesome. Intelligence. Okay, this is good. That's such a bad roll. This is bad. Okay. So, with a +8, I got a 10.
With a 10?
I rolled a 2.
Yeah,
I'm not used to this.
Work. If you just take all these things out and place the one in, I guess they could substitute each other.
Chris.
What? Hey, it's a good idea, man. This is a I mean,
you're never gonna die. You should go to Vegas right now.
Is like the best thing you ever learned.
I'm just gonna shout to Caedra, it's going to get rocky, and I sweep out all of them, and I'm just gonna rough and ready. I'm just gonna replace all 5 good capacitors with the divine one.
Fantastic.
And just see what happens, and I'm gonna hold on for dear life.
Lovely. With that, you are you like pocketing them, or are you just throwing these things willy-nilly?
I'm pocketing everything.
Okay, so you pocket the 5 capacitors with that, almost like jamming like a D battery, like a battery D battery into something more. It's very much like a square battery in a circular hole kind of deal. As you shove it in, and you see the energy begins to boom, and you all immediately feel almost like a pulse of energy. I need the both of you to make dex saving throws for me, if you'd be
Thank
so
you,
kind
Anki.
as to train.
Hey, if we are feeling it, so are the bad guys.
But then it doesn't benefit anyone. Oh my god, I have a 5.
Chris, can I get advantage because I'm cute? Can I get advantage because I'm cute?
Thank you, Anki.
No, son.
You do one thing.
Unless
one
you can
thing.
tell me what specific situation that you think you have an upper hand in this.
It's a nat 1.
Lovely, lovely. With that, this
I can't.
energy,
I literally said,
pushes-
"How bad can it be?" Nat 1.
you push it in, and as you do, Caedra, you see this happen in real time. You lose your footing, so immediately you are falling as well as you go farther towards the back of the train where the fire is. You see this idiot put this in, and immediately he is thrown back, hits his head. I'm gonna say for about, let's see, 8 points of bludgeoning damage for you, Anki, as you hit your head, and he goes out of the train. Now, to be clear, in the environment that you're in, think of this like a sky train. You see Anki going straight out into the, go straight out.
Can I?
Almost like an astronaut that opened the airlock, goes.
There's no way I can. There's no way I can be cheeky and ask for my for my god capacitor back, right? Can I be like, I put it in and it bursts out, and I was like, "Oh, it's in my pocket." There's no way that's gonna be
My
able to
man
happen.
really just did
Can
one
I
thing
not
and he got
one?
himself blown out of the train.
Can I not one so bad that it's like Frodo falling down and the ring going on his finger, where it's like failed, but wow, that's wild.
You do notice that the enemy that was on the train also failed. So with that, they are also like pushed into one of the nearby sections. But at this point, Caedra, your turn as you see Anki get thrusted out of the train and is falling.
Yeah, I think I have priorities. This fucking guy. Yeah, I can kill this person at whatever pace I need to, but if Anki dies, I literally don't have reason to even do this. So I see him fly out of the train, and I go, "You've got to be kidding me!" And I move around. I have scurry, so I don't invoke attack of opportunity as I leave. And I also just throw myself out of the window, wings open, to dive and try to get him.
Lovely, lovely. If you be so kind, let's make an athletics check to see if you're able to catch up with your boy.
Yeah. And then it's
For
suddenly,
my curiosity, Anki, are you flailing?
suddenly
Sure.
it's like, oh, you can't, guys.
What did you get?
Can my character fly? Yes. Does he know that? No.
Oh my god, that's true. A 26. Oh my god,
26.
that's true.
Very much at this point, almost skydiving. You're able to grab onto Anki and you have him secured. At this point, you can either maybe fall. You notice the train is kind of coming into a place where you can intercept, so you can keep going further with him in tow as he flails about until you grab him.
I probably will. So I'll ask. Do you need to be in the same room? You're the only one in the fucking air with me. Who else am I asking it to?
I said, did I get them? Did I get the other guys? Is the train still there?
I don't know. It was your job.
I said, bring me back. I need that capacitor. That capacitor is too powerful. I can't just let that go. I thought it would. Okay, I knew that it wasn't going to be an exact 5-to-1 ratio, but I thought it would be better. Thank
With
you.
that, where are you throwing him exactly? Are you throwing him back into the engine room, or are you throwing him towards the front?
Back into. He needs to be in the engine room. He says. Fantastic. So I throw him back into the engine room.
You are hurled back into the engine room as you. But as you throw him, as your turn is ending there, unless you're gonna. Yeah, your turn is ending because I think you used your movement, your action. Yeah. I think movement action. You got your bonus action if you want to do anything.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No. No.
Fantastic. As you do that, very much in that same esque of like the Wolverine meme that was out for a while, you see this individual come at you as they have wings of their own and tackle you near the front of the train as you go. I think, if anything, make me a strength check, please. So we'll do, you can re-roll your strength and then you add your strength modifier
Yes.
as it's contested strength here to see
So it's
who throws
strength
who through the front
saving.
window.
A strength saving throw, you would say.
Not more, kind of, yeah, I guess.
That's an 11.
They got a what's it? 23. With that, they grab you. You're tussling for a moment, but they grab you by your hair and then throw you into the front of the cockpit. As Francis daddies out the way, and your body takes the brunt of it, smashing into the controls before landing where you guys were kind of talking before.
Okay. How much damage do I take for that?
For that, taking 9 points of damage. Bludgeoning as you skid across the floor as you sort of have to kind of get yourself up. You see they fly through the window. You. Why won't you just die quickly, all right? Make this easier for the both of us. With that end of their turn, with that, I messed up the order there a bit.
That's fine.
It was their turn first. It's fine. It cancels itself out. It's Anki. Yeah, Anki. You see that? You think, oh man, I hope they're doing okay. You see they get thrown through there, smash the controls in their body. It's just on the side by one of the nearby chairs. What are you doing as this train at this point is going down, 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 down? And at this point, I think looking behind you, you can see that the almost tail of the train at this point falls off, with the fire consuming a lot of it and sort of giving you less space. This fire seems to be catching up rather quickly to you guys.
Okay, that's awesome. How's the train? Okay, I know that there's fire on the train, and that's not ideal. What's the capacitor situation? Is it still overloading? Has it mellowed out a little bit? How are we looking on train staying on the tracks?
I think it's very much, it's overheating, but it's building over time. It's very much of like, you're in overheat mode, but it's not blowing up yet. It's just like, if this thing stays in there for a long time, it will blow up. But you're starting to notice that it's gonna reach a point where it's gonna, expel all this energy. So right now, it's making you go really super fast. But if it's staying there for long, it's gonna turn this engine room into a bomb. But if you take it out, you're gonna have to replace it back with the other capacitors, and that's time. So it's up to you.
I'm just gonna shout. So okay, so replacing the 5, putting the 5 back in, will be playing it safer on the this train won't explode front.
Yeah.
But keeping the capacitor in and trying to time it would give us the advantage of we might be able to lose the pursuers easier.
You could probably, yeah, because you're going at such a fast speed. It was difficult for Caedra and this other individual to sort of like catch up with the train. The only reason why you're able to get back is because of the way you intercepted it. If there was no like intercept that was optimal, there was no way this person could have caught. There's no way you could have got back on the train.
Okay. I'm gonna just shout back. Risky or play it safe. Risky or play it safe.
And I think you don't get an answer. I think you just hear the sound of Caedra getting an out as she is smashed into the train. You gotta make this decision on your own, buddy.
Okay, risky. I'm going to set myself up. Is there anything? Okay.
If you want to activate that, make a save again, you can. If you want to. In terms of like, if you tap it, it's very much a sense of it will kind of burst boost in the sense of like it does like a sharp burst boost that would do the same effect it did where everybody on the train had to make a saving throw if they weren't like.
No, because my ass will fall out of the train. We've seen that happen.
You would be prepared this time, but it's up to you. It's up to
No,
you.
I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. My dice don't like me today.
I got you.
Okay. If we're just gonna play it risky, can I do the math right now of what is my countdown, and I want to give it 5 seconds. I want to give it 5 seconds before it reaches like the point of no return to go in and switch for the 5. But I want to just do whatever I can to stabilize it until the last possible second before I switch it out, so that we can get out of here.
I'm going to say give me another intelligence proficiency.
I'm switching my die.
Change the die.
That's why we switched the die. Okay. So intelligence and proficiency?
Yeah.
So 27.
27, fantastic. You're able to work at the math. You know what you're going to do. The only problem is you know that if you do this, the calculation of where you're kind of looking about like routes and whatever, you're going to crash into you're going to go off course. You're going to save yourself from this individual who is attacking you, but this train is going to crash further into the city. While that may be beneficial for the group and its goals, it does mean that you do get to go where you want to find answers for your family.
I'm only hearing positives to this.
Fantastic. So, to make it clear, knowing full willing that doing this, you're going to fuck everyone over. You're going to do it?
Wait. Oh, okay. No, then
I in terms of like you're going to crash. So that's what it is. Because what happens is that what you're calculating it, the speed at which you're going and the way the timing works is that this will happen at a junction that when this boost happens, the train will go off course and crash into whatever section of the city fate decides to fall into this.
Oh, I can't do that to innocents. Okay. Damn. No, I can't put innocent people at risk. Oh, will a 27 let me control the energy output of this capacitor?
You can control it, you can minimize it, but if you activate this in any way, shape, or form, it's going to go off track. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's going to free fall into whatever section of the city it lands on.
Okay, I don't want that. That seems bad and irresponsible to just let a train crash into a city. That's some supervillain shit, and I'm not there yet. So, yeah, I think we're gonna try get a handle on it, try control it, try to limit it in any way possible. And if I can't limit the output, I will just switch it to the. If I can't control it, what I'll do is I'll do one more pulse of it. Fuck it, if I fall, I fall, and then I'll set myself up for a replacing.
Gotcha. So with that, you're standing on standby mode here. At this point, it is back to this individual's turn. They, I think, using this memento over you, Caedra, go over you and pull out a knife and begin to sort of go in your direction, trying to go towards your heart. It is a sort of tug of war at the moment, so you can give me another strength saving throw if you'd be so kind. Oh, God.
So, since I have luck points now, I can spend them to up my dice result.
Lucky bastard. What are you gonna? You can either how many points you have? Either if you have 3, you can re-roll. Oh, so you can add +2 to it.
So what would it bring me to? I have 15 now. I could bring it up to 17.
Want to do that?
Yes, I do.
Lovely, lovely. You gotta laugh at this because they only got a 7.
Oh, there we go.
But with that, you see they pulling down the knife towards your direction. This is for all the people you killed. But you do get a momentum here. So what are you doing on your turn? As it just goes straight to your turn, because that's pretty much their turn here. You have more control over where the knife goes at this point.
Yeah. And I'd like to I think with my hand that's not holding mace, I sort of with the back of it push away the blade, wrap my hand around with these claws that my hands are basically don't have normal hands, and I basically dig them into their wrist to try and like break it, and I'll just I'm attacking them, but I'm trying to be a bit more creative about how I attack them.
Yeah. So I just roll that there for me, so you could just make this one attack to see if you just get a handle of the situation.
Yeah.
And they're gonna make a saving throw here.
21.
All right, you beat the 16, so you're able to sort of scratching their arm, pushing them off to the side as you see the knife falls, clanks to the corner. At this point, you have the upper hand. Anything else you're going to do? That's your action.
If we're kind of on the ground with this, and I push it away, and I think I'd like to imagine they're above me. I'd like to, if I have the upper hand on this situation, swap positions, and I'll try to bring the back end of my mace down like towards their face.
Fantastic. That's setting up your next turn there, but as that kind of happens there, I think a quick reaction, they look around to see whatever they can get. And at this point, you can see that pulling from Francis, they take a nearby gun and going to shoot, not in your direction, but towards Anki. I'm gonna make one last-ditch effort here.
Huh? Them? But I thought it was Anki's turn now.
It is, but they have a reaction, so they didn't really have anything they could do. So they're using the reaction to last effort because they're about to fucking die. So they're using their reaction to attack a certain thing. Anki, if you'd be so kind, I'm going to leave this up to you, my good buddy, as this is a luck roll. So I need you to choose even or odds.
Even.
You feeling lucky?
No.
Roll the 7. With that, you see as you go, as you see there is a bullet flying towards your direction, goes past you and into the cell. As you see the energy warp, and as it does, the device that you're holding onto that was given by Dr. Warren begins to react as your blood, this divine energy, and everything that's inside this device. Why are you shaking? You had the device, just to make sure. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Just double check. You shake. I was thinking sure. But as it happens, you see all of it, very minuscule, very microscopic, begins to, and with that, an explosion happens. As you see that the front 2 cars of this train, from the viewer's perspective, just disappear. As you see the rest of the train, the rest of the back of it just falls off. And as it dissipates, you all, for a hot second, a moment, begin to feel strange as this energy overflows through you. For you, Caedra, it's very unfamiliar, very uncomfortable, as you have to sort of hold on to yourself, holding on to anything to make sure you don't fly out of this thing. You see Francis, not so lucky, just goes flying out at a certain point as he goes bye-bye. But you, this individual, but for you, Anki, as this goes through, something familiar about this, comforting about this happens. But as it does, the train comes out and you immediately as it crashes through several buildings. as you all go unconscious for a moment, as this train has landed somewhere in the city. Somewhere we will find out in our next episode. And that is where we shall end it for today. Yay!
I'm gonna blame this all on you, just so you know. I'm gonna
Goddamn
blame
nerd!
this all on you.
Fun fact: this is the second time a TTRPG session that I've played has involved a train fight, and in both of those, I not on purpose, caused the train to go off the tracks and crash.
Not on purpose, huh?
Not on purpose,
If
huh?
I had a nickel
Oh,
for every
stupid.
time I made a train crash in a RPG, I'd have 2 nickels. That's not a coincidence.
Like 4 years apart, too.
Lovely, lovely. With that, everyone, thank you for joining us for the second episode of Ascension. With that in mind, we're going to do plugs in reverse order here. So, with that in mind, first and foremost, Apollo, who did you play today, and where can people find you? What you got going on?
After what I've just done, I'd actually rather disappear. Hello, I didn't see you come in there. My name is Apollo. You can find me on the internet at Tall Nerd Apollo. I do cosplay, I do voice acting, I do TTRPGs. You can find me broadly on the internet. Just put in the words Tall Nerd Apollo on the search bar, and if my beautiful face doesn't show up, I'm not fucking there. Otherwise, you can find me in the beautiful and proud nation of Ireland, or in London next weekend only if you go to Dragon Meet. I'll be there. I printed new business cards for this. Please take them.
Lovely, lovely. Next up, Syrinx. Who are you? Who'd you play? And where can people find you?
Ship one of those business cards to me. Anyway, I saw you there the whole time. Hi, I'm Syrinx, and I'm a cosplayer, TTRPG player, and a LARPer. If you like all playing pretend stuff like this TTRPG stuff, you might like my content that I make on YouTube, which is under the name Syrinx, exactly as it's spelled here. Just look it up on YouTube. I release videos not weekly, monthly. Big difference. But I'm just got back to it half a year ago. I've been loving it, so maybe that'd be a fun way to check out some of my content. Other than that, having a blast bullying this little engineer kid on here. And we'll continue it next week.
Hopefully. With that, last but not least, hello, my name is Chris, and I was your GM for these preceding evenings. We have the show going on the channel. Hopefully, next week. We just got to determine some stuff, but if that doesn't happen, we're fixing. We're working with EU time, folks. Time is concept. We're working with it. But beyond that, we do have an exciting thing coming up. Either we'll announce it this week officially or next week, but we are going to be running a charity stream for December. We do that on the channel. We like to do a mutual aid stream. It went wonderful last year, so we have another person lined up for this coming December. So we'll have that details for you coming soon, so you can check it out on the socials on Taíno Tales to see what we got going on, and we'll have giveaway prizes for goodies and stuff as well. So it's charities with benefits. But beyond that, thank you for joining us for this wonderful evening, and we hope you have a pleasant rest of your day, and we can't wait to see you next time in the wonderful, wonderful, scary world of Ascension. Until then, have a wonderful rest of your day, everyone.